Okay, we're going to be watching MFCPNG, who's playing Kiriko on New Queen Street. This is Gold 2 on PC. I think it's in EU as well. Hello, I've been playing Overwatch since 2016, with a lot of breaks in between these years, and have, at the moment, 500 hours. But with the release of Overwatch 2 is where I got into competitive. I like Zen and Anna, but Kiriko's a character I really enjoy playing with, being trapped in Gold 2 for all of Season 2, and this season I don't really seem like I'm going away from it soon, so any tips will be really helpful. In this match, I felt like I was completely incapable of maintaining my team alive. Both their DPS were destroying my team. My Ana did help with healing, finished with 3k healing, 2k damage if I remember correctly. But at the same time, I think my positioning was horrible. My aim in general was really bad, and my Suzu usage was off. Okay, so I did a pre-watch this video, so I think about push, especially short push games is, they're only like 10 minutes, 11 minutes instead of like 25-minute long other games. So your biggest issues are, one, you're just not keeping people alive. Two, ultimate usage. And three, as a general sense, you're not doing enough to impact the game. And we'll kind of walk through it, and I'll show you what I mean. But just keep that in mind as we play through this right now. So for starters, don't walk up here, right? You see how you like step forward a little bit? That's just bad positioning. Because how do you know that there isn't going to be like a roadhog coming around the corner right away to hook you? You should play behind your tank, right? Always imagine where your tank is in their tank, and this is no man's land in between the two tanks. Okay? Never, as a general rule, never step in front of your tank. Is a very bad idea. So this is all okay. I mean, obviously you're not really getting a lot of value here, but that's fine. It's nothing really happening either. Like this, you can see this kunai that goes into the doorway. That's no good. So right now your Sigma has stepped up too far. He's fighting the Ram. I do not expect you to step up here. I mean, at most the corner, but obviously the soldier's controlling high ground right here, which is going to be an issue. But I think for now you're fine. The Sigma's not taking a lot of damage. Keep your Ana alive. Okay, so this is going to be the start of your Suzu problems. You have a lot of problems with Suzu here. So your Ana's critical, and I understand. You're like, oh, my Ana's in trouble. I should Suzu here. The thing is, you see that explosion? That's coming from the soldier's helix. So I now know there's no way to burst down my Ana. Like the soldier could still shoot and kill my Ana, but she's not gonna die that fast. So I do not want to use Suzu here. I just want to heal regularly. And that comes from game sense and just be recognizing like who is shooting here. Okay, there's a Ram here, and then there's the soldier here, right? That's primarily who's been shooting at my Ana. I know they have no more burst. After Helix is gone, like if she got down this low before Helix is shown, then I don't do Suzu. But now I realize, okay, I don't do Suzu. I can just heal her so I can save Suzu. Suzu is a 14-second cooldown. It's one of the highest cooldowns in the game. I think it probably is tied for first for highest cooldowns in the game. Maybe Immortality feels a little longer. But you have to be very careful about when you use Suzu. I think that's a really good determinant of like how good a Kiriko is whether or not they can save Suzu as much as possible. Alright, so Sigma comes out here. You start healing the Sigma. Then you turn, because I think you hear the soldier behind you. And you also recognize, okay, this is a really precarious position. The soldier is here, has flanked my team, and is putting pressure here. Now, the good news is, I wouldn't worry about keeping your Sigma up very much. That's really your Ana's job in this situation. The Ana should be considered like the main healer, and you should be considered the off healer, who's focused on controlling off angles and healing your DPS. Now, whether or not your Ana is actually on the same page, that is a different story, but that's ideally what should be happening here. So if I were you, I would take the opportunity to duel the soldier right now. She has basically no chance that she can kill you, right? She has no charge right now, and she's in a very bad position for both you and her, right? She's considerably overextended, but you have to deal with her right away. Instead, you decide to come back, which I do not think is the right call. I think you should have stayed out here dueling the soldier. And once she jumped up there, I think then you should have swift stepped to your Widow, and then Suzu'd, and then fought this out. To heal her, so again, this would be a great time to have Suzu, right? I would have Suzu'd her right away when I came through this. Because she had 1 health. But you don't have Suzu. You miss this healing, which is really, really bad. This is like unacceptable to miss this healing right there. Right? So you got that one, and watch how much of this healing you miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3. I think you miss 8. I think you miss 8 out of 10 healing on the Widow at point blank. That can't happen. Yeah, just not acceptable. So the Widow goes past you. So then you just heal space, and this is kind of a weird issue. Okay, the soldier is still in the room, and you should recognize that. I honestly would have continued the attack on the soldier. You've still like a good chunk of health. It's going to be a 2-on-1. I would have just gone in here and fought the soldier. Your Widow's right there as well. If she hears you fighting, then you should fight here. So you see, this far away, Kiriko's simply just not effective. Like, you can't do anything all the way over here. Sojourn's fighting. Then you try to heal your Widow through the window, which is obviously not going to work. Right? Then you heal your Widow. And then your Ana dies. And again, you could have done something about this Ana, but you're just way too far away, right? So again, you could have had the Swiss stuff up there and Suzu, and that would have saved your Ana here. Because the only thing she's being attacked by is the Ram. Now, she's definitely overextended. This is her mistake. But a big part of playing support is covering up for teammates' mistakes. Right? It is a mistake for you to be this far back, not adding any value. If you just played up here by your Ana, you would have been fine. So there's a lot of different variations as to how you could have played this. But you basically chose one of the worst possible variations, which is where you played very defensive, very passive, way in the back, right? Didn't use your abilities well, weren't there to be able to capitalize on opportunities, and weren't there to cover up for your teammates' mistakes. You know? Like that is the sum issue, right? And we talked about point number 3, which is like your issues with having impact is let's say, like, hypothetically, let's say that you just never helped your Widow, right? Which I'm not saying is the right play, but let's say you've never helped your Widow and you just stood here just like fighting and healing and just ignored the Sojourn. That still would have gotten you more value than what you ended up doing. Which is you go here, you miss the second, which is a pretty critical heal. If you full heal the Widow here, I'm sure she takes the fight against the Sojourn. And then you just wander off, right? You touch a bunch of healing, which is not going to do anything, and then you're just hanging out way the heck in the back, right? Not doing anything of value, right? Then you heal this Widow, and then your team gets walked over. And after that, the fight's over. There's nothing you can do here, right? You lost the other support. Once you lose one, the fight's usually over. Like 70% of the time, you lose the fight. Another great example where, like, you really should be hitting the Widow here, and you're just kind of splitting healing. You have a lot of trouble with your healing, your core healing mechanics, right? Again, look at this one. You have a tracking ability, and look how much healing you missed here. So you've already fired 4. Right, so that's 3 on target. That's 5 on target, right? We saw the yellows. The blue ones are just not tracking. So you lost 50% of your healing on what is effectively a stationary Ana. That you just can't do that. Like, just make sure the track, right? You're just like so impatient. Look at this one, right? That's 4 out of 10 ofudas. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to the ground. It makes you so inefficient at healing, like crazy inefficient. You just need patience to track, make sure all the healing is on target. Yeah, that's fine. Like, that's good. So this is kind of amusing. So you definitely do not have a lot of experience being stressed, right? When you're being pressured, everything falls apart a lot. I notice there's a lot of like button confusion that you have when things get tight. And I'll highlight that. So watch right here. You're getting shot by the soldier. The correct move right now is to simply dodge back and forth and duel. Because where are you going to Swift step to? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to Swift step into the Ana or the Sigma, who are currently on the front line and in the middle of Disruptor? No, that doesn't make any sense. Your safest position right now is right here, just fighting this out, preferably getting away from the edge a little bit. And then when he helixes, try to Suzu. That's your best choice. Instead, you Suzu one foot, right? 1 meter forwards, where if the soldier wanted to continue to attack, he just would have killed you. You know, like, there's no reason why the soldier shouldn't just, like, he's just reloading. But that Swift step, you burn the cooldown for 7 seconds and got no value out of this whatsoever. Right, there comes Helix. And then you drop super low. And then now what? Now you have 10 health and you're just wandering around. You're like, oh man, I'm in big trouble. There's a mini health back in here, by the way, that you should be going for, that you seem to have forgotten about. So again, what you should have done is just duel the soldier, right? He's not necessarily going to kill you all that quickly, and then you would be overall in better shape, and hopefully reflecting the soldier as well. So now we're going to go back to ultimate usage, which your ultimate usage is very, very poor. So you should recognize here, okay, they're pushing into us. So remember what I said about being overextended, right? Being ahead of your tank. Draw, right, a line between your tank, their tank, and never be between them, right? This is virtually always a mistake. So you're over here, basically frontlining. In fact, you are frontlining. You get caught in Vortex. You're getting gunned down by the soldier, who is pop visor as well, right? So actually, I want to look at the moment that the soldier pops visor. Right here, you know he's pop visor. So you have Swift Step. You should be looking for an escape opportunity. So going to, for example, this soldier would have been a really good call. And simply just getting out of the fight. Because there's nothing you could do while you're sitting in the open, okay? The other opportunity, you could have gone to the Sigma, right? And just Swift stepped here and then Suzu'd and then played bus stop. Would have been also fine. But standing out here in the open, doing none of the things, and using your ultimate is the worst call. No one's gonna use this ultimate. Right? You see, no one's available. Your team's getting walked over, they're popping ultimates. This is a complete waste of ult. Literally, no one even touches this ultimate. Okay? The best time to use Kiriko Rush, or Kitsune Rush, is in a 5v5 situation where your team is mostly clumped up and your team is like about to take the momentum of running into the opposing team, right? That's where Kitsune Rush has a ton of value. Not a situation where your team is scattered, playing in different flanks, and trying to react to an ultimate. Kitsune Rush is not a good reactive ultimate. It can't be like, oh, they popped visor, or they popped tire, or they popped, you know, grav, let me Kitsune Rush. No. That's not what it's good for, right? It's good for nobody's popped anything. Let's create the advantage with Kitsune Rush, similar to Coalescence. So, again, a lot of micro positioning errors. So soldier takes a hit here from railgun, you should immediately start healing the soldier, which you do. Okay, except, again, you notice that you don't finish the heal. You see how two ofudas are just not tracking? And again, they miss. There's no reason for this. Like, you have to stop doing this. And the second thing is, why are you walking away from the soldier? Just follow the soldier in. You know, you see how you're backing away? Like, what's the point of doing this? Just follow your team in right now. Now you waste so much time. Like, you come back and then you come forwards and you're like very indecisive about which way you want to go. Then you throw in this Suzu, which makes no sense. Like, why are you throwing Suzu right now? Is it reaction to overclock? Because if it's reaction to overclock, your Sigma, who has 3/4 of his health right now and shield, is not the one who's going to get killed. You know? Like, there's no way that Soldier Sigma dies here. You should save the Suzu of anything for any of your teammates. And because Soldier can no longer one-shot, right, without a Mercy Pocket at least, you should at least save Suzu for, like, your squishy teammates, like your Ana and Soldier, especially your Ana. So again, you're so far away. Like, this healing is very ineffective. It's going to take forever for the healing to get to your Sigma. Again, see how much of your healing, like 80% of your healing right now, this is 8 ofudas that are going into the wall. You're way too far away. Right, your soldiers pop visor right now. Most important thing, as soon as you see the ram walking up, you should be like, okay, who is he going for? See, I see here he's going for the Ana. I should just full pocket my Ana right now. Just keep healing your Ana. This is not the time to be attacking. Just full pocket your Ana. Ram actually doesn't do that much damage. And then you know, you die here. Okay, so you're gonna come out again. Again, look, every single heal, like I would say almost all of your heals, you like turn it away. You see, like, once again, you see the 2 blue ones that are not on target, and then you miss them. Like, he needs this healing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's at full. He needs the healing. Same thing again. You try to heal the Pharah. You see the 2 healing that you before you locked on. You're just way too impatient. Just wait until you get the lock on, right? Or like until your crosshairs over them, then heal. So I think this is a point where you're like your button confusion gets really bad. So first of all, what is this kunai? You know, like this is just aimed off nowhere. Second, don't shoot Ram Shield, right? Then you just throw 2 kunais into the wall for no reason. Once again, you see there's going to be 2 healing that you missed the Sigma at close range. Then, right here, again, more misses, and some of them hit the car. Like, you literally use maybe 50% of the healing that you actually possibly could do, just from how much you get broken by line of sight, or just, like, not tracking your target. So, you have to recognize, hey, look, my team has momentum, like, we're going to be pushing downhill into them. Like, don't be playing this far back. They don't have ram ulti or anything like that. Like, you need to be moving forwards right now. So you ideally want to be here, not here. And that difference is a huge difference because it depends on how quickly you can react to things like Suzu. It depends on whether you have angles to throw kunais, etc., etc. Again, right now, Sigma is in trouble. You see how much healing you're missing? See the blue ones again? And because you're not healing Sigma, Sigma's forced to back up and use grasp, which creates a chain reaction of problems where the tank is not able to pressure because you're not healing the tank enough. And the tank is forced to use defensive cooldowns. And when the tank uses defensive cooldowns, the other team can push in. Right here, you see the soldier get slow. Right? He takes a shot right there. You should immediately be like, okay, I need to start healing the soldier. Right? But you're like a little slow to react there. Again, more healing that just kind of sprays into space. Watch. Like, where is this healing going? Who are we healing? Why are we hitting the buttons right now? right? Just some wild kunais, right? Neither of which are remotely on target. Okay, Pharah's over there. So right now, I would just go to the Pharah and pocket the Pharah. Hard pocket the Pharah, right? And then kunai, right? 2 kunais, heal. Kunais, heal. 2 kunais, heal. Because you have high ground advantage, and someone needs to be healing your Pharah. Because your Ana's not going to do it, because that's not her job. She should be melee healer, you should be off healer. Right? Again, you're not pocketing the Pharah. You're playing over here. Like, you're getting so little value right now. Again, look at the healing that goes into the ground. Over and over and over again. Constantly. Like, there's no reason for healing to be going into the ground right now. 3, 4, 5 healing just going into the ground. Unnecessary. Again, so Pharah gets low, right? She's critical. You walk up. You don't need the Suzu here, right? She's already stepped back from the edge, so she's not going to die here unless there's like a Helix coming. I would just take the chance of healer because she clearly stood still because she does not expect to die, right? And again, you don't finish the healing. Like, I don't think you know how much healing one burst of Ofuda does. It's about like, it does like 100-ish, like 108 health or something like that. So you're going to need to do 2 bursts, 2 full bursts to fully heal her, right? Again, more healing. I hate to like harp on this, but I can't understate how important it is that you're just constantly missing healing on a hero that has tracked heals, right? Very important. And because you're healed the Pharah so inefficiently, it removes your ability to do other things, right? Because you're slow to react to this. Again, I would have already full healed the Pharah and been back into this fight by now, right? Also, I would have been standing in the doorway, as I said. So when I saw this happen, I could immediately throw Suzu or shift Swift Step in Suzu. You can't because you're too inefficient with your time, your Ana dies, and now the fight's over again. Right, Ana dies. Actually, you end up somehow sort of winning this fight? Soldier pops visor. Again, another great example where like the healing is way off. Okay, he eats Helix. You're way too late on Suzu here, just in case he would have lost. But either way, the Ana has killed the soldier. You should have seen the kill feed / saw the soldier die, and then you throw Suzu anyway, even though your soldier's not in danger anymore. You know? Just a lot of really sloppy, inefficient play all around. So, again, Ram's Nemesis form, you should not be in line. You should not be in a straight line with the Ram and the soldier. Okay, I think it's a good idea to go to the side here. Heal, right? You should do the next heal. Again, you see how you missed 2 heals right there. And imagine if you had Suzu right now to save your soldier. Okay, you don't have Suzu because you wasted Suzu. And now this happens, and now you just step away. Once you stepped away, the first thing I would have done is Suzu right away because I have 50 health. Right, not for the soldier, not for the Sigma, but for me, I need to Suzu myself, and then you need to duel the soldier because there's no way you're gonna walk away from this, you know. And at this level, maybe you can walk away, but like you're stuck there. I have to hope for a double headshot on the soldier. That's the only way to win in this situation. And you're late with the Suzu, and you die. So again, we're establishing a pattern of like inefficient healing, right? Bad Suzu usage. You basically never hit anybody with your kunais. Other than the very first like fight you had, I don't know that I've seen you hit any Suzus, even body shot Suzus. Your aim is just not particularly good. I would say your trigger discipline is even worse. Like, again, aiming is like trying to hit a precise target. Trigger discipline is like, should I even be shooting now at all? Like, you're shooting so many kunais into walls, doorways, cars, etc. that have 0 chance of hitting. It's not even an aim issue. You're just like, no one's even near your crosshair when you're shooting. You really need to pocket the Ana right now. Yep. So they're pulling back. You pop Kitsune. So this is okay, except for the fact that you just got a pick, right? Your Pharah just got the pick before you pop Kitsune Rush. So it's a 5-on-4 with close spawn for your team. I would not expect to need to use Kitsune now. Right? So when does the Pharah get this pick? Yeah, Pharah got the pick right now. So it's 5-on-4. We have high ground. We have close spawn. I don't Kitsune here. Right? I don't expect to need it because being 1-up is already a massive advantage in Overwatch. So you and the Ana pop Nano, pop ultis, which is a really bad idea. After you hit this headshot on the soldier, I would have kept the fight going. Right? She's not getting any charge on you, so who cares? You know? Just go back and fight her. Once you hit the headshot, she's very, very vulnerable. She's one-shottable right now, or 2 bodies. Apologies for being sick, but I figured you might as well have the review than nothing. So, again, right now, you see how much healing you're wasting, right? That's 8 ofudas, 80% of your healing is just flying off. So, the Sigma's getting attacked from above. You could either go up here and help push the soldier off, right? You could just climb up this wall and then push the soldier off, right? Or you can heal your Sigma. You do neither one of those things. Soldier visors and kills everybody. Again, another example where like just heal the soldier, right? Right now he's already critical in the face of his team. I would Suzu right here. Too late, too slow, and you know things are gonna go awry. So windows up. Don't peek this window. It's absolutely crazy to peek the window. Your Ana drops in for some crazy reason. Flux is up. Again, another Suzu that makes no sense. I think you're trying to Suzu the Sigma here, but it's not even on target, right? I know the soldier blocks it, but it's not even on target for a Suzu. You should have thrown it to the right. Heals. So there's gonna be some scenarios where you're gonna end up healing enemies. Actually, I want to skip ahead a little bit. By the way, if you haven't flipped the buttons, I would recommend kunai on left mouse and healing on right mouse, which is a very common swap that people do. Alright, another like useless swift step. Okay, so I'm gonna skip to the very end of the game, just in the interest of time, and I'm gonna help you understand like what kind of goes wrong in this final fight. So. You're obviously in a really bad position. You're trying to push up. You have to win like 3 team fights here to win the game. 4 team fights in a row. So everyone's alive. You got 5 people, and you're fighting against 5-ish people. Let me actually confirm the positions for everybody. Oh, you got Baptiste behind you. Interesting. Okay. So it's 5-on-5, right? So the disruptor happens, which is going to split your team. So the first thing you should have done is recognized, hey, look, my Mora is going to heal my Sigma. I don't have to worry about that. I have to worry about my 2 DPS. So I would step out through this doorway, especially seeing that Helix and Disruptor are already out. Step out this doorway and heal the soldier, because the soldier is the most extended and the most in danger right now. Instead, you're healing your Moira for some reason, even though she's totally fine. Your soldier's super lit out here. You could have swift stepped, you could have and Suzu'd, right? You could have just walked out the door and healed them. You could have done any of the things except your soldier dies here, right? But again, look at this kill on the soldier. Right, disruptor goes off. You know, this is savable. As a reminder, soldier and headshot no longer kills from full, right? It does like 180 damage or something like that. So if you just kept the soldier at full health, you would have saved him, or Suzu'd him. Either one would have saved him. But instead, you're just hanging out in the back doing nothing. Like, what did you do from this moment right here? Okay? Actually, let's wait for the disruptor, okay? From this moment, like, the fight is happening in earnest right now. What are you doing? That missed all the healing, walking around, still walking around, missing kunai, so he got 1 body shot, right? What value did you add to your team? You know, just try to get more healing in. You know, be ready to save them. You play very passively, right? Where you take angles that you can't help. Like, if you're just sitting in a room back here, how do you help your team? Right? You can't. You have to maintain line of sight. I know it's scary, but you have to embrace that fear to some extent, right? Where you have to be like, I have to stay further up in order to be able to do a thing. Now, the next problem after your soldier dies, right? So it's already 4-5, which means the odds of you winning this fight is probably 30% at best. Not good. Your Ashe is getting lit right now. So you should start healing your Ashe, if not Suzu her right away. Okay? You miss a chunk of this heal, as usual, right? Again, your healing is just really, really inefficient. 2 go into the wall, right? 2 more. You see these 2 yellows are tracking, but they went to the wall. And then 2 miss. So that's 6 healing. 60% of your ofudas hit the wall, which I'm sure your Ashe would really appreciate right now. And all you had to do when you healed her was walk to the left while healing instead of going to the right. Again, look at the mechanics here, right? The core mechanics of your heal. You know, it's like you start to heal too early, right? Then you break tracking too early as well. So and now you're abandoning the Ashe, but everyone's over here is fine. You know, your Sigma's here, right? The Moira is like a really good survivable hero. Your Ashe is who needs your help right now because she's controlling the off angle. She's still out there. You're still not doing anything to help your Ashe or anybody on your team, quite frankly. Like, you hear your Sigma, who's the one who needs the healing the least, and then your Ashe gets blown up. It's not even a headshot. She just got body shot here. Right? You know, she just got body shot. All you had to do was heal your Ashe to give yourselves a chance at winning this fight. And now, right, a lot of stuff's going on. You're healing the Sigma. Once again, you break lock early. And again, you see your Moira get low, but because you're playing so far back, your healing takes so long to get to her. This is an eternity distance for Kiriko to have her ofudas travel. Like, you see, your healing has no chance of reaching her. You had to step up there. But you're like, oh, if I step up, I'll die. Well, no, probably they'll kill somebody else before you, right? If you were standing here, and we're standing here, your Moira's going to die first before you. If you see the Moira fade out, then you can get out too. And at this point, there's no chance, right? Now it's a 4-on-2. And you just leave your Sigma to die. Right? Think about it. This is overtime. This is the last fight of the game. Why would you not swift step out here, Suzu, and fight this out? You know? There's no point. Like, this is the end of the game. It doesn't make any sense why you're still playing so defensively and passively here. Okay. So, overall, right? I think, number one, your healing efficiency is really bad. I think you regularly miss 40% of your heals, which is unacceptable, right? I think that even for plat level Kirikos, I think that you're looking at something like 80%. It's not a hard thing to track. You know what I mean? Like it's not like an Ana dart or a Baptiste grenade where, yeah, people miss them and it happens. For Kiriko, it locks on to the target. There's no reason you should be missing the healing for the vast majority of the times. Like, you should be endeavoring to really land like all of the healing every single time you're trying to heal somebody. Number one. Number two, your Suzus often come out too early or too late. Very consistently, right? Both of them end up being very, very bad. Number three, your Kitsune rushes are also really bad. You're just not popping them at the right times, right? You don't really have good game sense as to like when to do that. And number four, I think your positioning is very poor. You're either too passive, right, and not having the right angles or close enough to people to be able to help and change the fight, or you're overextended and don't seem to realize it. And then you get put into a bad spot as well. You do have 500 hours of Overwatch, but like if you only just start playing competitive, and people are often surprised at it. Like, the difference between like quick play or arcade or whatever and competitive is a huge gulf because people just play very differently in the different modes. Because again, in quick play, like, nobody really cares about winning for the most part. Some people get upset, which I think is weird because the whole point of quick play is to not care. So really, you're still very new to the game from a competitive mindset. And I think these inefficiencies didn't like click with you as to like how important they are. But hopefully this video is helpful.